Welcome back to my channel, Ragamuffins. My name is Raggy Rog, and you are watching the next part of an ongoing series in which I take all of the Pokemon from every individual gen of Pokemon, and I determine whether or not I would actually eat them. Yes, I am a monster for even considering this idea, but you gotta wonder, in the Pokemon world, they gotta get their meat from somewhere, and we don't see any real-life animals, so what's the difference, really? Anyways, I'm going to be determining, based on the options here at the left here, if I would absolutely eat them, if I might try the Pokemon, if I were forced to, I would eat it, if I just straight up wouldn't eat it, and then there are the Pokemon who are literally inedible. This video is going to be based on the Pokemon from Gen 4, so that is those who were introduced in Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl. Weird order, but whatever. Anyways, without wasting a whole lot of time, I'm just going to get straight into it today. It's going to be pretty rapid fire, but I am going to go into some detail about some of them. Anyways, getting started. We have Turtwig, and I might try Turtwig. Groudle, same story as for Torterra. I'm going to say if I were forced to, he looks a bit earthy. Chimchar, I'm going to say the same story for all three of these guys, Chimchar, Monferno, and Infernape. If I were forced to, because there's no reason you couldn't eat them, I'm pretty sure. Except, like, there's something about them that's kind of just gross to me, so I'm going to abstain for the most part if I can help it. Piplup, if I were forced to. As for Prinplup, I might try a Prinplup, and then for Empoleon, I would go as far as to say that he's probably not even edible. He is a steel type, he's probably too hard to actually eat. Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor I absolutely would eat. This is just an ongoing theme in these videos, where if it is a bird Pokemon, it has a much better chance of being eaten. Bidoof and Bibarel, I might try them, you know, like, oh no, you shouldn't eat beaver. Who says? Oh, it's a rodent? I don't care, they look plump and juicy and fat, and they're probably full of flavor, I don't know. Kricketot and Kricketune, this is a situation of like, if I were forced to. It's like they are gross, disgusting bugs, but like if I were in the wild and I had no other source of nutrition, I'd have to, right? Luxio, Shinx, Luxray, all of these guys are the same. I'm going to say if I were forced to. I love these guys to the moon and back, but I just, again, if my survival depended on it, I would be able to break my love for them just a little bit. As for Budew, I think it's Budew and Roserade. I'm gonna say you wouldn't eat them. I feel like you can eat them, but they are definitely poisonous, so I wouldn't eat them even if my life depended on it, because it would stop me from being alive. Cranidos and Rampardos are probably inedible, and this is just a recurring theme with a lot of the fossil Pokemon, so it's going to be the same story for Shieldon and Bastiodon. They are made of rock, and in the case of Bastiodon, steel, so I can't eat that. The Burmese, same story as Kricketot. Like, if I were forced to, I am going to say, actually, the rock form, this one, is probably actually inedible. And this one, I think they call it the cotton candy one, but it's like, they say that he picks up this outfit from being, like, in suburbia. So it's like, they say cotton candy, but apparently it's also meant to be trash, so I don't think I would. Sorry. Then we got the Wormadam, so I'm just going to rate them like exactly the same as like their counterparts, their pre-evolved form. And then Mothim, if I were forced to, absolutely. Combee, you know what? We shouldn't eat bees. We should be nicer to the bees, I think. Pachirisu, if I were forced to. You know, that's really close to wouldn't eat. It's on the cusp. Then this is Floatzel and Floatzel, Weasel and Floatzel. You know what, I might try these guys. Cherim, okay. Most people would probably say, like, yeah, I'd absolutely eat a Cherim, but, like, I'm not actually big on cherries, so I'm gonna say I would try it. All forms. There we go. Oh, it's Cherim and Cherubi, sorry, but they are, for all intents and purposes, cherry Pokemon, so I'm just gonna say maybe. I might try them. Shellos? they're not poison type, but they look kind of gross. Like, they're very slug-like to me, both Shellos and Gastrodon, so I'm not going to touch that. Ambipom... Oh, man. No, he just looks gross to me, especially with, like, the finger tail. That's so weird. Drifloon and Drifblim are balloons. You cannot eat that. You should not eat that. You will die. Baneri? If I were forced to... Because it's rabbit, right? You can eat rabbit. It's not very nutritionally dense, but Lopunny is the same story. Mega Lopunny included. Miss Magius, I'm going to just say that you can't eat that one. Honchkrow... There is no reason that you can't eat a Honchkrow. It is a bird. It's probably... It's got edible meat on it, for sure. Then we've got Glameow. If I were forced to. There are so many cute Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. And I hate myself for doing this list. Perugly, I feel less strongly, but yeah. If I were forced to. Then we got Chingling. And he's meant to be like the Bell Pokemon. And he's a Psychic type, I believe. I feel like you can't eat Chingling, so I'm just gonna say that. Then we got Stunky and Skuntank, and like, do I need to explain why I wouldn't eat a skunk Pokemon? Do I actually have to go into that much detail? Then we got Bronzor and Bronzong, and they are obviously not edible. What's this? Bonsley. I was gonna call him Sudowoodo Jr. Bonsley, he is just rock. He looks like a tree, he is a rock. You can't eat him. Mime Jr. wouldn't eat him. He's an infant. Happiny, infant. Chatot, absolutely would eat this guy. He looks delicious. Sorry. Spiritomb is like ethereal energy emanating from a rock, so you can't eat him. Gibble? If I were forced to. Same story for Gabite and Garchomp. Yeah, same for Mega Garchomp as well. Munchlax. Usually baby Pokemon get a pass with me, but Munchlax, I would try it because it looks like it is the pre-evolved form of Snorlax. In an earlier video, I determined that I would absolutely eat Snorlax because he is overweight and very relaxed. That meat has got to be tender and flavorful, so Munchlax has to be much the same. So I would at least try Munchlax. Then we have Riolu, and I couldn't eat Riolu or Lucario. No, I just no. Like, as soon as you're like an upright, standing like biped with like prehensile thumbs and stuff, it's like it gets weird. Hippopotas, I might try Hippopotas. Hey, Hippowdon, if I were forced to. He looks kind of sandy, you know. Skorupi and Drapion. Wouldn't eat them. They are dangerous. They are poisonous as hell. Same story for Croagunk and Toxicroak. It is in their name. Toxic, and then you croak. Carnivine. He's just a straight up grass type, so I'm going to say I might try him. I don't think there's any reason not to eat him, apart from that he is a carnivorous plant, but in this scenario I have cooked him probably. I don't know the best way to prepare Carnivine. Go figure. Oh, Finneon and Lumineon. I love these guys. But they are fish. So similar to birds, I feel like they just get an automatic pass, so I'm going to put them in might try, because I don't know if they'd taste any good, but I don't think I would suffer for trying. Mantike, it's a baby, I'll leave him alone. Snover, he's a pine tree, and I don't think you can eat pine trees, so I'm just going to put him and Abomasnow, Megaform included, into literally inedible. Weavile is, if I were forced to. Magnezone, you cannot eat Magnezone. Licky Licky. I feel like for Lickitung I said I might try Lickitung, so I'm going to say the same thing for Licky Licky. Rhyperior, you can't eat him. Tangrowth, if he is not toxic in any way, I might try Tangrowth. Electivire, if I were forced to. Magmortar, weird, I wouldn't try him. I just wouldn't touch Magmortar. He looks gross. Togekiss is, for all intents and purposes, just like one giant, like, chicken breast with wings. So, I think I would absolutely eat Togekiss. Sorry about it. Then we have Yanmega, and I think I would try Yanmega. You know, it's weird because he's a gross bug, but he looks so big and like it looks like there's like meat on him somehow. So, you know, I might try it. Absolutely. Leafeon and Glaceon. These guys are going to fall into the if forced to category. And then we've got Gliscor, and I would not eat Gliscor. He is not a poison type Pokemon, but he has like poisonous properties. He like his whole competitive shtick is using Toxic Heal. So, you know, the fact he's got pincers and a stinger certainly doesn't help. I wouldn't chance it. Mamoswine, I think I would eat a Mamoswine. Absolutely. Because he's kind of like a swine, right? Like he's a pig, so he's pork. So I think I think I would eat the crap out of him. Absolutely. Then we got Porygon Z. Porygon Z. I don't think you can eat him. He's essentially just like data, like digital information. I think. It's a very ambiguous Pokemon, but I don't think you can eat him. Then we have Gallade, and Gallade in his Mega Form. I'm going to say that these guys are... No, I wouldn't eat them. Because, again, they're like upright, and they are too similar to people. So I don't think I could bring myself to try him. Probopass is an easy one. Wouldn't eat him. Dusknoir, literally inedible. Same as Probopass is what I meant to say. Frostlass, I don't know what Frostlass is made of. She's like ice. I'm gonna say you can't eat her because she is a ghost type Pokemon. Rotom, you definitely can't eat him in any of his forms. Like, you can argue all day about, like, can you ingest electricity, and it's like, that's not really how it works. But then it's like, there's, like, his other forms where he's, like, a washing machine and a fridge, and it's like, I can't eat a fridge, I can't eat a lawnmower, that's silly. So no, you can't eat Rotom for a number of reasons. And now we are on to the massive number of legendary Pokemon, of which Gen 4 introduced many, and that's okay. For Uzi, Mesprit, and Azelf, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be the same story, and I'm like, because there is absolutely only one of these guys, and they seem pretty important. Gen 4, Diamond and Pearl, it's got a place in my heart, very special place, so I'm going to honor these guys and say for moral reasons, I would not eat them. As for the cover boys of the series, Dialga and Palkia, I'm going to say Dialga because he is a steel type as well. You probably just can't eat him. And as for this is his Hisuian form, and same story, I guess. As for Palkia, I don't know if you can eat him or not. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm just gonna say I wouldn't eat Palkia in either of his forms. This one's easy. Heatran, he's made of steel and fire, so he's just going to go into literally inedible. There are a lot of Pokemon in Gen 4 that you just can't eat. Then there's Regigigas, and again, you probably can't eat him. He is made of, like, the very essence of the Earth, essentially. So I don't think you can eat that. Then we've got Giratina in both his Altered and Origin forms, and I don't think you can eat them. Cresselia. Cresselia is like the Pokeification of the Crescent Moon, and I think you probably could eat her, but again, for moral reasons, I'm going to say no, I would not eat Cresselia. Manaphy and Fione, these guys are weird. I don't know, it seems like bad juju to eat these guys, so I'm not going to do that. Darkrai, he is like just darkness incarnate, so can't eat that. Shaman, he's got two forms. I guess I'm just gonna put them in the wouldn't eat section as well. And then lastly, Arceus, the god of Pokemon. And would I eat him? It would be an absolute cop-out if I said I would eat Arceus after honoring all of these other legendary Pokemon and saying that I just would not eat them. But what if I did? What if by eating Arceus I somehow attained his power of creation? For that reason, I am not going to say that I wouldn't eat him. I am going to say I might try Arceus. And there you have it, everybody. These have been my determinations as to whether or not I would eat all of the Pokemon from Gen 4, that is Diamond and Pearl. As you can see, there are not a lot of Pokemon from this gen that I would absolutely dig into. In fact, there are a record-breaking number of Pokemon in this gen that I wouldn't eat, for whatever reason. So, comment down below which ones you would eat. Did I make the right decisions? Am I misguided? What's going on here? Let me know what you would do. And if you enjoyed this video today, then make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure to hit the bell icon so you can get instant updates anytime there's a new upload, and then you never have to miss out ever again. Anyways, guys, my name is Raggy. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.